Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about introversion. So I wanted to preface this by saying, like most attributes or qualities in a person, it's a sliding scale. So you can be more extroverted or more introverted, and you can be kind of anywhere in between. And that's a recent realization for me, as I'm realizing I'm more on the introverted side. So growing up, society taught me that there was two tropes of a person. There was this really fun, outgoing person that loved to hang out in groups, loved going to parties, and loved doing group projects and things like that. And then there was a shyer person that didn't really want to speak up because they didn't know how to, or they were kind of nervous, or they felt uncomfortable in certain situations because they were uncomfortable with themselves and not the situation at hand. When I was younger, it was really hard for me to identify of either category because I didn't fit either of them. And it wasn't until later that I realized that introversion, extroversion isn't a performance grade on how well you're doing socially. Rather, it's how you gain your energy. So what I mean by gathering your energy is how you are charged as a person. So how you feel prepared to take on the next day, how you feel going to sleep that night, how you recharge as a person. Whether you like to go out and you can kind of hang out with all your friends, maybe have a drink or two, or maybe going dancing or doing something with other people. Just partying or what have you, hanging out, whatever it is, maybe even like something like chill, but being around people feels fulfilling for you. Or you can be like me and watering your plants, working on a project, reading an article. It's not always very productive. It can be unproductive, but it just something that is with myself and makes myself feel good alone. This is kind of hard for me because I come off very social. I am very smiley and bubbly, and I'm excited to talk to you, and I'm genuinely very excited to talk to you. I can only take certain doses. So I can only hang out for a certain period of time until I'm just tired. I enjoy doing social things. I like going out, I like going dancing, I like hanging out with my friends, but to me, it's kind of like going swimming. Eventually, your arms are gonna get tired and you're gonna need to take a break. And that's something that's been really tough for me to socially navigate. I think one of the first times that I felt the sort of stress or tension of being a little bit more introverted was when my friend invited me down to her beach house when I was a little bit younger. And it was so nice of her to invite me down, and I had such a good time. It was her entire family, and it was for about a week or so, maybe like 4 days, 5 days or something like that. I really enjoyed my time, but there was times that I would be very social and talk with everyone and very smiley, but I would hide. And I remember her noticing, but never really outwardly saying anything. I think she might have made a little joke and was like, "Are you hiding?" Yes, I am. Even if it was my own family, I would need a break. I can do all those things, but after a certain point, I need to go and be by myself for a second, recharge, and then I can go do it again. I just remember feeling a little bit self-conscious because here I was really enjoying myself 1 second, all smiley and peaches, and the next second I'm hiding in our room. And I felt like that was kind of weird, and I felt kind of weird about it. And looking back, I wish that I was okay with it. But you kind of have to learn everything as time goes by. But looking back, I would tell myself that's okay. That's the way that you recharge and you can be a happy, sociable person. I think the problem comes down societally that we define one type of happy or success in this one small category, and that's something that I will never be able to achieve, and I know that there's others who won't be able to achieve because that's not my definition of what happy is. And that's not to say that some people don't want that want to be extroverted, that want to be really sociable and go to parties and can't because they're feeling socially anxious or nervous or uncomfortable. But I think the problem comes into play when that definition applies to everyone, and me as an introvert thinking that that's what happiness is, well, I'm never going to get there. I think it's really natural and healthy for you to always want to be a better person, but it's equally as important to take in consideration your own definition of happiness and what this better person is. So in my efforts to become a happier person, I've really tried to figure out where I get my energy, which is, and so I've learned, at home. Working on projects is really satisfying for me. So anything to do with the home, anything that my channel's about, pretty much. And that's why I make this channel. But the problem with me is being productive, so I need to make sure to work on those projects actively all the time, because that's what's fulfilling to me. That's what makes me really happy. It's also really important for me to recognize that there are boundaries for both myself and other people, and to be respectful of those things. So I have a pretty hard line of what I'm capable of. There's times where I'm like, okay, I gotta go. But try to recognize that there are people outside of yourself, because I think that can be a little bit tricky when you're introverted and you want to be social, but only when you want to be social, and that can be a little bit selfish in thinking. So you just have to kind of find a balance between what people want from you and what you can give them, pretty much. I do need some socialization, and I do need my friends, I do need my family. So it is important for me to make sure I get a little bit of that every day, because otherwise I'll be sad and lonely. Even as an introverted person, I need those things. A good thing about being introverted is I've had a lot of time to work on my projects. Well, I think those two things are unrelated, like projects and being introverted, but they work together really nicely because I have a lot of time on my hands to do things. So that's really nice. Something that's also kind of nice about being introverted is I have a lot of time for introspection, so I can kind of be able to take a little measure on myself on what's making me happy, and am I doing the things that I want to be doing, and am I actively trying to be better. It can be tricky because you can get a little bit like unmotivated because there's so many distractions. You can be on your phone, you can be on the TV or whatever. But generally speaking, I find that introversion is a great quality, and I really enjoy it, and I am not ashamed of it. And I don't think that you should be either if you feel the same way that I do. And that's kind of why I wanted to make this video, is that everyone is so different. We're just a world of gray, and it's awesome because there's so many different perspectives and personalities, and there's different things that drive people. And I think that's important to recognize within yourself and within others. If you made it to the end, wow. I don't know how long I've been talking. I hope this video is not too long. But I just wanted to share it with you so that no one feels alone, and that we're not all the same, and it's okay, it's a good thing. You will find yours. If you have any opinions on the matter, please comment below. I really enjoy other people's perspectives. A lot of times it can help me with my own self and my own perspective. So yeah, please comment and like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.